Hello there and welcome to the Aston Villa versus Liverpool preview. And let's be totally honest, trying to do a preview and a starting 11 prediction for this game, for me, is very, very difficult. I keep up with as much as I can about the academy, but most of these people that I'm going to name in here, I've just not heard of myself just yet, and they may not have even had much of an impact at their age level just yet either. I think in history we could be set to name the youngest team ever, at least in this competition, the Carabao Cup, that we've ever done. Like the youngest team we've ever had out, purely because of obviously, the fixtures, how they've laid up and how it's all been organised between the Club World Cup and everything like that. It's not our fault that we're doing well and we're in multiple competitions. But hey, let's just let ourselves be punished by it. Anyway, so yeah, there's going to be a couple of names in here that we will have all heard of, and there's probably going to be some names in here that we don't know, which, again, because I don't know them, I don't know how they're going to perform. All I know is that they're either in a defensive, a midfield, or an attacking position, and we're just going to have to see what happens. How Neil Critchley leads the team out as the manager for the night. Probably, most likely, definitely a proud moment for him as well to be able to lead out the team in such, in a competition that is a competitive competition. Let's be real, against an Aston Villa team that are going to be difficult to play against. And yeah, I think it's going to be a big step up for every single one of these guys. It's going to be a step up, and if anything, it's going to be a learning curve for these guys as well. So, in goal, Kelleher, because I believe he played in the Arsenal game. I've wrote it all down, actually. I've actually got because I had to write it down. I needed to make sure that I've got it all wrote down. So, Kelleher in goal, I think he played against Arsenal, and I can't really say whether he had a decent game or not, because obviously it was 5-5. I mean, you could probably just erase the defence that night, and yeah, that's pretty much what you could have done. But regardless of that, he's performed well for us in the past, so I'm quite confident that he'll be in goal. Jan Hover could either start as a right back or a centre back. Most likely, due to our options, I imagine he'll start as a right back, but hey, who knows? Then we've got our one signing from the summer, Sepp van den Berg, could be the centre-back as well. Now, this is one guy that I have tried to keep a little bit of a tab on, obviously because he's our only signing of the summer, and apparently, by all means, he had a shaky start to the season, but recently has started to, show his strength and show that he's actually adapting to the game a little bit better, but again, it's a learning curve. He's 17 years old, and a lot of these guys are going to be 16, 17, 18 years old. So, yeah, don't be expecting a Liverpool first team performance from these guys. These are young guys. We've got to give them, if anything, just look at it like something that you can watch and maybe see if there's, some players that could at least catch the eye and maybe get themselves into the first team in the future. Then there is a centre-back called Morgan Boys. I don't know who he is, I'll be honest. This is the first time I've heard of him. By all means, he apparently operates at a level just a little bit lower than Van den Berg, but would most likely be the partner for him tonight. And then there's a couple of options at left-back. Tony Gallagher, which honestly sounds like a name from the 70s, so hopefully he is as tough as the 70s players at left-back. But hey, if he gets chosen, great stuff. And then the other name that gets thrown around is Larouci. Now, Larouci, he seems to play all kinds of positions. He can be known as an attacker one week, a midfielder the other week, and a centre and a left back in the next month. So he's an option pretty much all around the pitch. But we've seen him in pre-season and he impressed quite a little bit, so that's quite good. Dixon Bonner in midfield is a name that gets bandied around quite a lot. Seems quite a talented young lad. Chirivella, we all know him. He's he's been forever in the academy for us. He's played quite a lot over the last couple of years at least. He's at least featured in one game, and he actually featured in one game that almost got us kicked out of the Carabao Cup. So, yeah. But yeah, he'll most likely lead out the team, I would say, due to his experience as captain for the day. I imagine, anyway. Herbie Kane is a name that comes up quite a lot as well, a goal-scoring midfielder, which could be quite good to see as well, see him marauding through the midfield. And then as attacking sort of midfielders as well, Christy Davies, and I wrote that down and I genuinely don't know what that is meant to say. Jake Cash? Jake Khan? Yeah. You can tell I've wrote that. You could tell if I showed you it. I wrote that down in a rush. But yes, we've got some attacking midfielders there as well. And then moving into the forward line, Leighton Stewart as like an attacking option as well. Lewis Longstaff, who is apparently not a relation to the Longstaff brothers at Newcastle. Harvey Elliott, we know very well. He's done very well for us in the first team when he's appeared. And Ryan Brewster is the hot prospect as a centre forward. Now, Brewster apparently does have a bit of an injury concern to do with his ankle, so he may not actually be able to feature tonight. But the other guys, like Harvey Elliott and all that lot, they should most likely feature as like our wide players, if anything else. Now, you know, some people might think it's a little bit disrespectful that I don't know the youth players and stuff like that. Excuse me. But it's really quite difficult to keep up with everything. And I just, yeah, it's difficult to research how everyone's doing, look at performances as well as keeping up with the first team. So all I'm looking for from this game is just a positive performance. Whether they go out there and win it or not doesn't really matter to me. And it genuinely doesn't, because it's more about supporting the young lads that are going into this situation, and they're gonna, you know, that they're gonna try as hard as they can. They will go into this game at least probably with not a great deal of fear, because they're young, they want to express themselves, maybe they want to put themselves in the light of Jurgen Klopp as well, who will be watching from Qatar. So I've got absolutely, I feel positive about this game. I really do. And not in the sense that we're going to go out there and win it. I'm looking forward to seeing the young lads put themselves in the spotlight. They're going to be on TV. I think it's BBC. You know, and I think it might be BBC anyway. But yeah, they're going to put themselves in the spotlight as well. And I think it's a really great opportunity for these guys to put themselves in the manager's plans and maybe also see who isn't necessarily going to make that step up for us as well. As harsh as that might sound, it kind of would give you a bit more of a barometer of who can step up to that level and stand up and make themselves counted, and who maybe isn't going to make that next step up and might be moved on in the future. That is also kind of what it could look like as well. But massive props to these guys for stepping up and taking this game on, because Aston Villa aren't going to be an easy team to play against. They're going to be a physical team. You know, when they get in the final third, sometimes they're not always, you know, the best at creating chances, but when you've got like someone like Jack Grealish, who will create chances, no doubt. Whatever anyone thinks about Jack Grealish or whatever, he will create chances and he will create dangerous threats in front of our goal. And with it being such a young team as well, they'll probably be looking at this game as, right, we can go and attack, we can go and, you know, I expect Aston Villa to put their first team out against our lads. And I fully expect them to go for it in an attacking sense. And when they do go and attack teams, they don't do it too badly, to be honest. So they will get their chances, and we've just got to look at it and say, right, it's almost a free. It is a free hit for our young lads. And well, if we go out of this competition, is anyone really bothered? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I'm not. I've not liked the Carabao Cup for years. Even when it was the only trophy that we could possibly have fought for or tried for, never liked it. It's just not a nice trophy to me. So, but this is a great opportunity for these lads. And whether they go out there and win or they go out there and lose, hey, they've got my support 100%, and I'll be supporting as soon as I get back from work. Oh, Christ. Yeah, this is the thing. And I have to miss the Club World Cup kick-off as well. I actually have to miss the entire game because I'm at work and it kicks off at like 5:30. I hate not being able to watch the team. I really do. But I've got high hopes for our lads, at least in an attacking sense. Defensively, I don't really know. I really don't. I don't really know what's going to happen defensively and in a goalkeeping sense, but attacking wise, we've got enough there, and if Brewster's fit and available, we've got enough there to at least maybe create some chances. And if they take them chances, then hey, they could make a competitive game of it. But let's give the young lads our fullest support. How do I think that this game is going to go down? I think it's going to be a 2-1 victory to Aston Villa, if I'm being honest. Don't like predicting a loss for Liverpool, but I think considering the circumstances and the team that we're going to put out against the team that we're coming up against, I think it's realistic that it would be a 2-1 loss for Liverpool in this instance. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. How do you feel about the game? Do you know a lot of the youngsters? Is there anybody that I should be looking out for that I maybe haven't looked at or mentioned here? Please do let me know in the comments below. And what is your score prediction as well? Thank you ever so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please do like it and subscribe if you are new around here. Thank you once again, and I'll catch you later.